This presentation provides an overview of Chapter 12 in the book titled Simple G, a gridded economic approach to analysis of sustainability of the Earth's land and water resources, edited by Aman Hakiki and Thomas Hurdle, and published by Springer. In this chapter, we'll illustrate an application of the Simple G model, which highlights its value as a multi-scale, economic equilibrium framework, providing a holistic evaluation of local groundwater sustainability policies and global spillovers. This slide provides an overview of all chapters in the Simple G book, each of which has an accompanying presentation to motivate the material covered in that chapter. During this presentation, I'll cover Chapter 12, on local groundwater sustainability policies and global spillovers. Previous chapters laid the groundwork by providing theoretical foundations, introducing general conditions, specifying mathematical equations, discussing the gridded data and parameters, computer implementation and validation. This chapter covers an application of the Simple G framework. The files for reproducing this work are available on the Simple G webpage, the web address for which is included on a later slide. Access to fresh water is a fundamental human need, but our planet's water resources are finite. This is why groundwater, as the most abundant source of usable fresh water, is so vital. In the United States alone, more than 145 million people depend on groundwater for drinking. Additionally, agriculture, which is a crucial aspect of global food security, relies heavily on groundwater, with 20 to 25% of irrigation coming from unsustainable sources. These vital reserves, however, are rapidly depleting as withdrawals exceed recharge rates. Therefore, sustainable management of groundwater is essential to ensure clean drinking water, food security, and a healthy planet. As we face complex challenges related to groundwater sustainability, it's important that we learn about groundwater in the global context. We want to know, how much do global drivers impact the sustainability of groundwater in the U.S.? And what is the impact of local groundwater sustainability regulations on the U.S. and the world? We'll use a global gridded agricultural economic model called Simple G-US to explore these questions. We project to the future, considering the socio-economic pathways and technological growth to 2050 as our baseline scenario, and then investigate the impacts of a groundwater sustainability policy. We'll examine the unintended consequences of a local conservation policy. Did you know that restricting groundwater withdrawals in the western U.S. can have a significant spillover effect on global land use? By reducing the amount of water available for irrigation, farmers are forced to decrease their production, causing prices to rise. This price increase can act as a powerful motivator for farmers in other regions to boost their production and even expand into new areas. These cascading effects, known as market-mediated spillovers, have the power to alter trade flows and influence land use decisions in unforeseen locations. This example shows why it's important to consider the economic responses and potential consequences of local conservation policies and their impact on nearby and distant locations. If you're interested in learning more about groundwater in a global to local context, please review Chapter 12 of the Simple G book, where you'll learn about the drivers of future groundwater stress, how to design a groundwater sustainability policy, as well as what other impacts of groundwater sustainability policy are. Here, I've listed additional readings and references you might be interested in further exploring. On this slide, you'll find the link to the Simple G webpage where you can find additional resources, as well as links to the book and other chapter presentations. Lastly, we also gratefully acknowledge support from the U.S. Department of Energy, the Department of Agriculture, and the National Science Foundation. Thank you for watching this presentation on the Simple G book, Chapter 12. We encourage you to explore the other companion videos that accompany the book on the Simple G webpage.